Welcome back to Krysten's Kitchen. Today I'm going to talk to you about Expo West and specifically about 12 things that you need to know to make sure that your Expo West or Expo East or any kind of expo conference or anything runs absolutely smoothly. These are things that I wish I knew before my very first expo, which maybe had I known one or two of these things, I wouldn't have hugged the toilet all night. But anyway, I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. But I just wanted to say first that if you like this video, and I guess even if you don't, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below if there's anything that was helpful to you. It is the second most wonderful time of the year. Expo West is here and I had to use my Christmas mug to celebrate. Hold on. Oh yeah, we're celebrating. So Expo West is here and I'm so excited. It is like my second favorite time of the year next to Christmas. And this year I'm so honored because New Hope Network has named me one of the top 100 most reliable health and wellness influencers of 2020. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. So first and foremost, thank you so much to New Hope Network. By the way, this video is not sponsored. I'm just sharing things with you that I wish I knew before my very first Expo West or food expo in general. But first, coffee.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so let's start off with number one. Now, this should be a no-brainer, but every year, every food expo, every conference I go to, I still see people wearing heels that are like this big. And I'm like, clearly this is your very first expo. Or like maybe you had a meeting and like, that's fair. Hopefully you have comfortable shoes in your backpack. But the very first one is wear comfortable shoes. You are literally on your feet all day long. From the time you get up in the morning, whatever time it is, the show starts around 9:30ish and it goes until 5. Then you have happy hours and after parties and events that can run you until 10 or 11 o'clock at night. You are on your feet all day long. There is no time for sitting, especially if you do expo like me and you try to do and see it all. And oh my goodness, so tired after, but so worth it. You need to wear comfortable shoes. It's very, very important to wear walking shoes, running shoes, tennis shoes, anything that you can be in your feet all day long. Now, here's the thing. Your feet will hurt by the end. That's not to say that you didn't wear comfortable shoes. It's just a matter of the fact that you were on your feet all day for 4 or 5 days straight, walking millions of miles all over the show floor. So honestly, if your feet hurt, it's okay. It just means you had a lot of fun and saw as much as you could. Okay, number two, you guys. I shouldn't have to remind you guys this. I shouldn't have to remind myself this. But number two is you need to remember to pee. You're probably like, Krysten, I know when I have to pee. I do it often. Cool. When you are so busy at the show and you're running from booth to booth to booth, you run into friends, you run into brands, you run into people, you meet people, you wait in the line to meet Bob from Bob's Red Mill, who is, oh my gosh, like the sweetest. I'll insert a picture right here. Oh my goodness. It was so worth waiting 45 minutes to meet Bob. Listen, you will forget to pee. So you need to have a texting buddy. Yes, have a texting buddy, whether you guys are together the whole day or you separate. Just remember to text each other throughout the day. Hey, don't forget to pee. It's like, hey girl, did you pee today? Yes, it will be very important. And honestly, having a texting buddy to remind you to pee is like a genius thing that I need to be better about doing. Erica. My girl Sia Bake and the Beast, go follow her, she's amazing, but that's gonna be my texting reminder pee buddy. Okay, so remember to pee. Number three, stay hydrated. Yes, this goes along with number two, but wait, no, not number two. This goes along with number two, which was remember to pee. Okay, so you need to stay hydrated. There's two ways you can do this. Number one is look for any and all of the water bottle companies around the show floor. They are all handing out bottled water. And this way you don't have to carry anything heavy at the show. So that's one way to do it. If you don't really want to do the whole plasticky thing, that's totally cool. You can carry a water bottle with you and there are some stations and water, what are those called? Water fountains. water fountains around the show floor, which you can use. For me, we do really well around our house and don't use very much plastic at all. At the show floor, the last thing I want to do with my backpack is carry a really heavy water bottle. So we opt for looking for water bottle brands that I actually do like, as well as different brands that have different drinks that they're sampling that are water-based. And that's how I stay hydrated. So that's a very important one. It's just something you're gonna do you're gonna forget to drink water. So now you won't. Don't forget to stay hydrated and drink water. Number 4, business cards. I remember the time when I totally forgot to bring business cards to a show. Brands can scan your badge at the show, and yes, there's the whole like iPhone thing that we all have, and we can totally make a note of it. But it's very important and a good reminder to bring business cards. This is like maybe half of what I go through in a day. Just be over prepared and have a lot of extras on hand. If there's an important business card that you cannot lose, if you lose it, it's just like the end of the world. Take a picture of it on your phone. At least you'll have it in your phone. Side note: if you are working with a brand and you get the PR or marketing manager's card, and you look at the card and it does not say that brand's information on it, it has the marketing company. Ask them to write a quick note that they are from XYZ brand. That is a good reminder. Otherwise, you come home with a stack of business cards way thicker than this, and you're like, I don't know who this is for, or like what brand this is for. So it's another good reminder. So don't forget your business cards. Number 5, your battery will die. The end. I think you know where this is going, especially if you're on your Instagram stories all day long, which I will be at the show, so you can follow along. I'll link my Instagram down below. You will run out of battery, so bring an external battery along with a charging cord. You can even bring a cube, and then if you find a plug in the wall somewhere, you can just use that. Some brands actually have little charging stations, so bravo to you brands who do that. It's a good way to keep influencer or blogger or press or I don't know, like a buyer there, have a charging station. So definitely it's something good to carry with you at the show. Number 6. Now I am a total germaphobe. I see this way too often at the show. People like not using the tongs and just like inching in to like touch the one chip when you know they touch like 7 chips to just get that one chip. Guys, use the tongs. That's what they're there for. They are there to keep everything sanitary and like germ free. So please, 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 please use the tongs and don't touch all of the chips. Sincerely, a germaphobe. Number 7, ask. Don't just grab something. Don't just assume that it's there for you to take home or a sample for you to take home. Unless it says has a big sign that says sample, please take one now. Just always ask for permission. It's really sad because a lot of brands have their product stolen out of their booth, right out of the booth. Or right off their table. They may only have 5 or 6 and they need those, that's all they have. And by the end of the first day, they're all gone because people assume and they take them, or they're just jerks and like to take stuff, but whatever. Just please ask. Like I said, unless it says sample, take it. Just ask for permission first. Number 8, do you have food allergies? Do you have special dietary restrictions? Are there certain ingredients that you have to avoid? Ask questions. Don't just eat anything. Just because it says gluten-free or the product that is being sampled is gluten-free, they may be serving it on a non-gluten-free item. For example, I visited a booth at a food expo a while back. It wasn't Expo West, and it was a gluten-free, allergy-friendly like sauce dippy thing, and it was totally gluten-free, certified gluten-free, but it was being served on bread and non-gluten-free items. And it's a good thing I asked. So always ask first. Just clarify if you aren't sure or don't feel comfortable, or if you don't think that the person working in the booth is 100% sure, then you're better off to just avoid it. Ask for a sample that you can take home and eat. Ask if they can mail you a sample. And so you just always want to be sure and double check and recheck. And it's just better to ask a lot of questions. And again, if you don't feel comfortable, don't eat it. Number 9, wash your hands. Whether you are stopping in the restroom every couple hours to wash your hands, or you have sanitizer, though washing your hands is better. Just make sure that throughout the day you're washing your hands. This goes back to a couple points before where people just try to touch the one chip and they touch like 40 of them. Yeah, that's all over the show. There's germs everywhere. You're shaking people's hands, you're hugging people, you're touching the tongs, and the tongs have been touched by everybody. You guys, there's over 100,000 people at the show, and no matter where you go, any kind of expo or grocery store where they're serving samples, there's germs. So just try to be mindful and wash your hands throughout the day. This not only helps you, but it also helps other people.
What just happened to my voice?
I don't know. Wash your hands. Number 10, make sure you have some kind of breath freshener with you at all times. You are going to be tasting all different kinds of ingredients and different types of food, spicy, sweet, savory, candy, dessert, like everything under the sun is there. And you will be tasting all these different things. It's a good idea to have some kind of breath freshener with you at all times, especially if you are having a meeting with a CEO or a brand manager or going around and being polite and talking to people. It's a good idea to have some kind of breath mint or freshener with you throughout the whole time. I even have brought a toothbrush and toothpaste and just popped in the bathroom halfway to do that. So that's another option too. Number 11, this is story time. Yes, this is a story you've been waiting for. Number 11 is don't eat everything on the show floor. Why? Because you will throw up that night. Oh yeah, you will. Trust me, my very first food expo, it was Expo West. It was in 2016, I believe. And you walk in and you see big, amazing samples everywhere you go. There are thousands of brands there, and like almost all of them have some kind of sample for you to eat. And I'm talking like an actual sample where you have like the whole ravioli, if you know what I'm talking about, not like a little tiny bite of something. Oh my word, I ate everything on the show floor. Absolutely everything. I had all different kinds of ingredients and flavors, and you will see everything. There's protein shakes and protein powder and different waters and drinks and kombuchas and like everything. Pizza. You guys, don't eat everything. Here's story time. I ate everything, which we already know now, and I ended with a happy hour at a booth, and had some hard kombucha. Yeah, I spent the whole night throwing up. Was not fun. Let's just say day 2, I didn't really eat much because I was like so afraid of throwing up that second night. Thankfully, I've never thrown up since after a food expo because I learned my lesson, and it's a good thing because now I know. I beg you, don't eat everything. If this is your first expo, you'll see those amazing samples all over the show floor. You will be so excited to see all these different brands, and you'll want to eat everything too. But lesson learned, take it from me, don't eat everything so you don't hug the toilet all night long. Cool. All right, number 12. So important to like wear a backpack or a crossbody bag or something. You really want to have your hands free. Having a purse over your shoulder and having to just like hold it there, at least for me, it's just a pain in the butt. When you're there all day, the last thing you want to do is have a purse and like just not be able to have your hands free for Instagramming or tasting something, whatever. So it's really good idea to have a fanny pack, a backpack, crossbody, something like that. Don't bother with a purse. You will thank me later on that too. Last but not least, have fun. This is like the best time ever. It's like I said, my second favorite time of the year next to Christmas. I look forward to Expo West and Expo East every single year. I love getting to be surrounded by all my friends in the industry, and it's just like an amazing, like tight-knit family that I've created the last couple years, and it has just been a total dream. I love getting to see everybody. I love finding new foods and new products to share with you. I love finding innovative brands and just new products that are out in the market. I love that I get to try them before anybody else does and share them with you. Have fun, and just remember at the end of the day, like it's such a blessing to be at this show. For me, I don't take it for granted at all. This is like work, but I love this. Like the quote, I almost said the joke. It is not a joke. The quote, if you love what you do, then you never work a day in your life. I love this so much. Is it hard work? Yes. Am I exhausted after? Yeah, totally. The first day after Expo, when it's quiet, I'm at home and I don't hear music and I'm not trying all these things and I'm not talking, all of a sudden I'm like,
what is going on? This is so foreign.
it is very tiring and exhausting. It's all of your senses being used at the same time for 5 days straight. I wouldn't change it for the world. I love it so much. So I am so excited about Expo West this year. Obviously, these tips are great tips for any kind of food expo or conference or just expo in general. A lot of basic stuff, but just certain things that I think you should remember. I'm very grateful to New Hope Network for naming me one of the top 100 reliable health and wellness influencers of 2020. I'm so grateful to be on that list. So thank you so much to New Hope, and I'm just so excited for Expo West. Anyway, I hope these tips were very helpful for you. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me over on Instagram. I will be taking you through, to the show with me. You get to go to the show with me and see all the amazing brands and foods and everything that's new. And then I will be sharing my top 10 favorite finds of 2020 Expo West the week after. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something from this video. If anything, just don't eat everything and you won't throw up. I'll see you in the next video.